SL1 and IEM. For IEM Cologne 2021, we're into it. NaVi start on the attack, 3 dispatched to the lobby. G2 on the CT side.
1x bet odds, wow, really favouring NaVi. Now those odds have blown out, and there's no P250 for Simple. He actually has all the utility. It's electronic with this Tech 9 ready to spring into action.
Top pop, here they come. Bit and electronic, straight in. No resistance, Hintus just doesn't even get to pull the trigger. And pistol rounds have been a real problem for G2. NiKo bides his time in the heavens, has spotted out Boomich on towards that squeaky vent. And the one-way dropped. They will be able to peek around that. Jack's hoping that that's drawn enough attention, especially with the flash. Jax might be able to strike from main. Here come the bodies. Next attract. Bit struggles.
Simple's flanking.
Jax found another one. 3v3.
Here he is, the knife!
The knife, you dare! He's pulled a knife out on him, and it doesn't cost him a thing. That is naughty. Simple first round of play in our third, and he's got himself a 1,500 kill reward.
That right there, I could just see it coming from miles away. The fact that he's been able to throw that utility, open the door on the top side, and then flank around ramp and go for a knife kill. The audacity, perfecto, handy as you like in these pistol rounds.
Look at him.
Oh, just coming up behind. What's up? Cop this one, and that's just punishment. Last map was close. This is how you start in map number 2. Lovely little bonus there for Simple, and the AK-47 picked up, but look how mobile NaVi want to stay.
Oh, wow.
Tech 9 on bit, Mac 10s for the rest, smoke walls towards Yard to work with here. And I just love the way that NaVi do it. They have so many different variations, the timings, it's perfect, absolutely perfect.
And I'm sure Blade is a part of playing that as well.
I just love to see the nuance here. It's these little details that we're going to keep our eyes out for. Spotted, he's marauding now, Electronic just forcing back into position.
On his own, by the way. They're heading ramp. It's understaffed right now. NiKo's scout not going to be able to say too much, and first departure from the round is Jax. Forced to watch now as this very mobile NaVi, as you highlighted, continue to just go back and forth, to and fro.
Well, the fact that there was contact ramp, there was contact secret, has forced a huge rotation, and now G2 have gone looking. 3 players about to peer their heads up secret. Here's Electronic, the Mac 10, perfect weapon for the job, and he wants more. Thrust forward, 2.5 kills. Info found. Cousins survive, but NaVi, they want the frags. Hunting, looking, Boomich is on the chase. NiKo's been spotted. It's only a matter of time until round number 2 is posted. Nice response there from Hunter. Wants to keep his head above water.
NaVi not going to let him, though. Look at this. Especially with their weaponry as they currently stand, they may as well dispatch both, Perfecto and Bit.
This is cruel, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's a horrible way to go down. Just defending your honor, holding onto your deagle, you're getting a shot in the back, and that's if Perfecto doesn't finish you first. Flying start for NaVi, G2's force falls flat. A knife kill in the bloody pistol.
I know the fact that when we look at this, the series right now lies at 2-0 for NaVi, right? Yeah. And a lot of people, they were coming in here thinking it was going to just be an absolute drubbing. G2 were going to get blown out of the server. It hasn't been the case. Like, NaVi are winning, sure, but it has been a close affair. G2 are in this, right? They're in this. It's the smallest of margins determining these maps. And if they can just show up here, they can make a statement, they can extend this series. I'm sure they have a lot more to give.
Oh, only peek you make.
Jiggle dead. Some outside, guys.
You take, he will be watching.
Every move you make.
Small musical interlude provided by Transplant Birchall.
Have to get him in there. Now this one here is only a matter of time type of rounds. Not a whole lot of upgrades to work with here. P250s at best. Electronic spots on top of Hunt. Amanek quickly dispatched off Jax. Doing his best from above, and well, that's not too shabby whatsoever.
Yeah, still, unfortunately, the AKs are in play. Hunter thought he could evade him. Simple, far too aware. And now Wildebeest be on the hunt. He's rounded the corner. And they will, I mean, you don't have to. You really don't have to, but it looks like Simple wants to. And these P250s do result in the death of Simple. Bit will at least manage to keep hold of his AK, but that is going to be one Kalashnikov burnt as the round resets.
Yeah, so a little bit costly, maybe a little bit more costly than it had to be, but regardless, outcome the same, and we'll see the flow and effects of that now. So G2, they've won 1 pistol round in the first 2.5 maps of play.
Yeah.
They're really going to need it on their T side here. we will get into the gun rounds. We will sink our teeth into this. Keep your eyes on the likes of NiKo and Amanek yet to frag. Their contributions are going to be integral here, and Amanek's gotten out the AWP early. Kit watch, good. Thumbs up from Gray and Pitt. We've got two of them, one for Jax, one for Hunter. And here's that AWP. It's activated.
Bit's timing has just been impeccable this entire series. Whenever you see him on the X-ray, he's just not giving them the fight that they're looking for. And then just as they look away, he strikes, but Amanek's forcing the fight, and Bit's ready. Brutality, the AWP's aggression costs him an awful lot. He's down and out. Amanek kept very honest, and NiKo is the man responsible for outside. It's already Electronic has, through the power of the smoke wall, got himself down towards secret side. And it will mean that Nexa has to at least be cognizant for any sound cues that he's advanced with the door or through those windows.
It's a very, very heavy top setup right now. Ramp's given up. Ladder's a big problem right now as well. NaVi still with just under a minute to work with, have so much time. G2, they're fortifying this upper bomb side, and well, with all the utility raining on in, they probably think they guessed and gambled in the right position, but NaVi still don't commit off of anything. 45 seconds, they have more utility for another wave, and they turn their attention over towards ramp where Nexa hides.
He's got no one to call upon. He may just have to give this one up as he hears the steps. Bit's found another double kill.
Same position too. Squeaky is his.
And here they come. Nexa, a lot to do. Doesn't quite find the shots there. It's just a shy of the mark. And Boomich lives on, as will NaVi's. Bomb plant lower. Bit. If you've got a player that you can fully count to be just holding lobby, and not only that, but fragging in lobby, never mind your newest addition. That is a dream for any T-side.
It's crazy that he was the missing piece, right? Absolutely insane, because there's no more conversation of will, you know, the third star show up. That used to be Flamey, one of the most inconsistent players we had within the upper echelons of Counter-Strike. We knew what we'd get from Simple. We knew what we'd get from Electronic. The question was, who was the third star? It was meant to be Flamey, and he never lived up to that title, but Bit does. And he goes down. NiKo gets himself his first kill. Jax finds one in the back as well, softening up this economy even more so. Frags come in. NiKo should survive here. Gets the AK-47. Backs on off, and well, it is 4-0. Max loss bonus in play now.
Dream start for a T-side here on Nuke.
Well, this is exactly how Mirage started,
yeah.
right? And it was actually even better on Mirage. NaVi were able to keep them so honest. This here has been a little bit more contested, but that's way too easy for Bit, isn't it? The shot there onto Amanek was great. Hunter through the smoke, he had to be desperate, right? If I'm going to give Hunter anything there, they need to go for an aggressive maneuver, right? You can just see how NaVi are playing with the multiple little executes within that round, pivoting back and forth across the map. And lots of utility out the gate here for round number 5. They just need to avoid this saved AK-47 in the hands of NiKo.
But they are heading yard, and that is where the AK is placed.
Shy of the mark there. Those nades not doing any damage whatsoever. Electronic, 96.
These diagonal smokes have been respected. Now NiKo.
Oh, no.
Unable to finish the job. The rest will fall apart. Couldn't even take down Electronic. That's going to leave him a little shaken for sure.
That one stings. That one hurts to watch as well. Shooting players in the back, we do talk about it, right? It is difficult. It's hard to get the pathing straight, but with that AK, you're hoping to convert one like that. Gotten away with murder there, Electronic. And off to a very good start for him. I spoke about his presence in yard. You've seen his impact in every single round so far.
Yeah, I mean, I was about to give you some props because he's done exactly that. And more for Electronic as he makes it too.
Now call a timeout here, right, G2? Give yourself just that 30 seconds worth of conversation before you get into the next gun round to play. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And opening kills, well, it's one-way traffic at this point. NaVi have won every single one so far here on Nuke, 5-0. That needs to change right here, right now. AWP is back out. Buy is looking juicy again. G2 need to start finding some traction. If we want to have a competitive third map, it needs to start here.
Yeah, this is CT side Nuke. Can't be a goose egg 6-0, just can't. New wall of smokes deployed. Looks like the CTs did drop an incendiary to try and at least create a gap, but they've got a counter. It's still a safe passage for Electronic as he just trundles straight across to Secret. That's a suspicious smoke that Electronic doesn't seem to care anything about. He's already just walked straight through it. That's the gap, and that's the bomb. NiKo provides a huge opener. There you go. That's the script flipped. Electronic is moving so fast through under, though. He has gone straight through. And now Nexa surely has to acknowledge this.
Oh, is he aware? He doesn't look like it.
Oh dear, he's going to lose his life. It's Electronic, that's the find. Okay, G2 given a gift. Electronic was trying to be the playmaker, but he's gone down now. Simple, the Undertaker. Ooh, tag down. Jack's better off from that exchange.
Oh, big undertaking right now as well here. Low HP of Simple hurts. The fact that it's Bit and Boomich operating on a lot. Sure, they have some utility. Squeaky seems to be the go. Molly towards CT vent. Out they push. If Bit can find the header Hunter here.
Could boost him. With the smoke deployed, he's going to walk in. Off the util into the CT vent. Nice find from Jax. Takes contact first. He's setting him up for success here. Jax. Another solid defense at the top side. He wants Simple as well. That's great. Exactly what you wanted to see from your anchor on that top site, and he's put it on the board.
Good stuff there, and that's what they need to get in the, well, get out of the way early, right? Yeah. That one right there, you've been able to contest. You don't give up too many players. Remember on Mirage, right, when they're almost losing to Perfecto with the USP in the back of sight, those are the moments that you want to kind of avoid. And when you do have a big number advantage like this, just close it down, keep it calm, start to build that bank, and just line him up and knock him down. Perfect rounds here from Jax, everything you want him to do. And they've been able to stop NaVi from getting the plant. So the opening kill, it profits. We were at 5-0, we're now at 5-1. Let's keep our eyes on that, seems to be a factor.
Same gap created by NiKo's Incendiary. But that's the only smoke they threw. NaVi will be able to create one on the fly here. He's so blind. Electronic didn't check him.
Just through as well.
Again, this time he's used the flash. NiKo none the wiser. Oh. Second time's the charm for Electronic.
Yeah, well, the bomb is on Simple right now behind T-Red. And NaVi, they're taking their time. They're going to allow Electronic to work before somebody else goes down in this. And it is a very passive yard hold. That molly towards lower, well, now they're well aware that he slipped the net. And who's going to respect that and rotate under? Looks like Nex is getting a move on. He'll be going from Hell down towards the lower site. Main smoked off. This is looking like an all-time classic here, and Electronic is repositioned, so he's no longer in secret. They forced the rotation, now they're taking territory elsewhere, and I think Nexa knows something is up here. Yeah,
no one's aware or currently activated on towards Hell. So these guys walking through Yard, this is going to be a very different flavor. Nexa is well aware that there's been an unmanned defense of this bit, slipping down the vents. It's NiKo that's passed his test on Yard again. He's taken down the dastardly duo. No Electronic, no Simple, and now no Boomich. There you go, G2 stringing together two on this defense. It's Perfecto, just trying to keep it honest, and already has found a lovely headshot into Jax. Hunter identified on that A site, 18 seconds, and a bomb irretrievable.
I think they might just want to save what they have right here. The loss bonus is starting to build over there for NaVi, and it looks like there's residual cash for Perfecto to drop an AK in the next, and the same for Bit. So they're able to equip some of their teammates. You're going to be looking at potentially Boomich, who gets a Mac 10. Maybe he'll go for a Tech 9, but you will have AKs in the hands of Electronic and Simple.
Oh,
now,
they did so much on that yard take as well. Like NiKo, the fact he gets that double completely solves that part of the map. But it looked like with Electronic, you know, forcing rotates, this is the frag I'm talking about. Catching Electronic and being ready for Simple swing.
Look, I did put it on Amanek with that AWP towards Yard to try and have to contain that. But if NiKo can do it with the AK, you know, he's always one of those main players. He gets aggressive towards that T-Red box when they need him to. So he could be that difference maker. And we've already seen him show up in a big way on Mirage. So don't count him out of this one just yet. Third consecutive would break the bank, and they didn't actually opt to drop the guns the way I thought they would. Boomich is into a Galil, Simple gets a Deagle. I think utility was name of the game here as these yard smokes land one more time.
Electronic wants a secret fight. NiKo's actually gone down into the vents early.
Oh, that was a very early CT smoke that they dropped in front of Electronic as well there. So as everybody makes their way through.
Interesting, NiKo wants to feign that presence lower early, but if it fades and there's nothing, will they just contact walk, or will they dump some util, give them the sound cue?
Well, they're faking top during all of this. There's nobody lower. They can stroll right in if they're quick.
Nobody can report quickly. Nex is the closest, perhaps, from Ramp. Amanek there as well. Simple going to keep faking this with presence top, but just the Deagle. That's why, Chad. That makes sense.
Still nobody lower, and they're even smoking off and mollying towards Ramp, so the bomb should go down for free. We're going to have a 5v5 post-plant situation as long as Simple stays alive.
Okay, well, they've used all their smokes and mollies, and Bits has gone down on the lurk lobby. Simple, ooh, nearly took a chunk out of NiKo, but that's huge. Now they've got a real two-man advantage. Boomich wants to actively hold this vent, and it looks like they're not going to give it to him.
Oh, no one's going vent at all. They're all going to go from ramp. This will be all 5 players coming and descending down the ramp into Perfecto, Dark Spot, Electronic up towards windows, and Boomich can help them out from this window side.
Here they come, gathered. Nothing more. Nice incendiary will force the fight. NiKo, more frags, and it's Hunter as well. Boomich, no hope. He'd have to deny that defuse. That's his best chance. Body block him, body block him. He goes for the wrong target. They could have had a chance to deny, you know. He had time to unload his mag. But there you go, sigh of relief. G2 with broken NaVi.
The fact that they dealt with the extremities and they didn't fall into the trap of that vent play is huge. G2, even though their backs against the wall right now, are looking very collected. And that right there needs to be pointed out. They're not flustered. They're not just winning these rounds off of one individual popping off with a multi-kill. This is great. Simple goes down and Bit go down. They're the linchpins in this because they're meant to make that rotation towards the lower bomb site difficult. Simple's meant to catch anybody who's going to come down secret. Bit's meant to stop them as they're rotating down the vent. And right there, the fact that neither of those two players get anything makes the retake for G2 all that much easier. Now this here is just going to be a partial investment. Lost bonus for NaVi in the next round, 2,900. The AKs can come out. Their utility, again, it's just these yard smokes giving all this room to Electronic, but it seems like G2 have a very good read of how to deal with it. NiKo, one more time. Will he win the fight? Peering around the corner, both of them backpedal unknowingly. Just that slither gap being held with the Molotov in hand. NaVi are waiting out all the protocol utility here of G2. Those mollies to stop the top rush, the mollies to stop that push out squeaky, then the smokes to dissuade the picks in towards that top site. But now as we get to about 1 minute on the clock, they're dropping back to spawn and lining up a couple of extra bits of nades. Smokes, flashes, mollies, all the goodies are in play here.
Electronic's being put on pause by NiKo's smoke. I wonder if NaVi will wait it out, starting to throw their own now. NiKo abandons the lower site. NaVi do meet Nexa. It was Perfecto who had a look at Trophy and down the vents with the bomb. Nexa, sure, he's lining up frags, but we should see a plant here as NiKo. Oh, he's everywhere. He's absolutely everywhere, and well-managed spray.
Good molly.
Takes down Boomich, denies the play. Electronic, perhaps an element of surprise here. Yes, back to turn. He's got them both. There's a world where NaVi can turn this around. Simple, Electronic, quite the partnership.
Time's a problem.
It is, and Hunter is a problem for Simple. Electronic, this would be incredible ace clutch. You found him just a slight window. It should only be a plant. Here they come, double swing. Spacing has to be good, and Hunter will be delivering 2. 7 so far at the top of the scoreboard with his squad, and everyone is online now for G2.
Yeah, and they're staying calm again, and we're even seeing some giggles coming out of the squad here. So being able to push back this NaVi onslaught and keep themselves calm, they are the ones to force the timeout out of NaVi here, the first timeout of map number 3. And Nexa, look, he had some really big problems on Mirage. You don't have to go back too far. He was sitting at 0 and 6, comes alive with an ace, and now he's continuing to barrel forward here with impact frags.
That's sharp as well from Hunter, one of the best aimers in G2 as well. Roll of the eyes. Palm to face. I mean, you know, if G2 could win some pistols, they might be a really good team, like a really threatening team in the grand final stage. But yeah, these slow starts from NaVi, slow starts from G2, have given NaVi leg ups time after time. And now in the third, that gap closes once again. Same script, I guess.
And actually, I wanted to reflect on some of the more recent rounds. NaVi actually had the players in the right place. G2 just looked very aware. They stopped the rounds from falling apart by their own preparation, it seems. Now, the guns do come back out, and there's no AWP for Simple, but there still is one for Amanek in play. What is the mix-up going to be? NiKo this time round, making it look spicy across towards Secret, drops the one-way smoke. That will stall out Electronic surely.
Yeah, he should have the one-way locked in. Ooh, just a very smart jiggle. What's their reaction to this? I'm sure they've accounted for it in the past. You have to respect it. He's actually walking up close on NiKo.
Oh, they're closing
Amanek can't support him. It's all on NiKo. Just as he drops the incendiary, pulls the gaze, pulls the frag, expecting the drop, and he does get dunked on. Simple does respond. He lost a couple of teammates in the process. Simple charging. Hunter to receive him. Avenge his fallen family, but not happening in Simple's world. 3v3, and immediately it's pulled straight back into a competitive round. It looked great at the start.
Amanek's about to call yard clear here. He's pushed all the way. Jax is the linchpin of this entire thing. Look at his forward position in hut right now.
Simple wants to come up the vents. They're all going to grab.
Oh, this could be huge from Amanek.
You can't see anything.
Might have to push more forward here to lock this one down.
He's still worried about yard. It means Jax is on an island right now. Anyone that glances main is his frag, but other than that, it's on Jax. They'll check him, that's the bomb carrier. Swung, Simple's down 2. Jax again passing his test on top site.
Looking good, and now it's just bit 1-on-3 situation. Cannot respond. Nexa rotates in time, and now we're all tied up. 5-5. Don't worry about that start. 5 on the trot here for G2 as they start to get activated here in map number 3. Have a lot of answers for these NaVi questions right now. NiKo's maneuver here made this so jarring. That's how Amanek's able to pick up a kill, because as he drops that molly, is at the same time the smokes are fading. So you either get caught in no man's land, you fall back where you can't help your teammates, or you get thrust forward. Well, we saw all 3 happen, and that profited for G2 in a big way.
Yeah, the presence of mind from NiKo. He knew that that trajectory would bait him in. He uses it to his advantage and does best. Electronic, a same gap created.
Look how quick this is, though.
Yeah, he's again worming his way. This time the entire NaVi squad is there. Flash catch is Simple, forces him off the elevated line. NiKo might catch them here on the departure. Oh, what a find. It's Simple as well.
And he's lower as well. NiKo's everywhere right now. Pivoted in the vent. Oh, he slipped back up, and luckily he did so. Electronic could have punished there. It will have to be Nexa rotating lower from ramp again, but they've already given up a lot of territory down here. Now, they've handled this well in previous rounds. They know that Bit anchors towards lobby. Hunter's dealt with him in one of these situations, and Hunter, I mean, Nexa might catch him off here. He's pushing him down. He's caught the head. Electronic's gone. That is huge.
That should be it, right? I mean, 3 left. They have the sight. The rotate will be late. Amanek won't be able to voice too much concerns. Bit still lingering on this lurk. Hunter knows there's a name in the feed missing. He knows Bit still want to find. Jax could be flanked on here. He's considered it. But Bit, he can buy time for his squad. The retake's on. The bomb is ticking. Every second favoring NaVi. NiKo from Secret side. They've got a lot of different prongs to this assault. Jax and Amanek partnered up, and Bit's actually got him. He's actually blocked him. That's a really smart play. Well ahead of his years. Now the advantage is all NaVi's, and there's just no time. The ramp players will have to call it quits, and it will be NaVi's 6th.
Oh, that is crazy. I thought Nexa had done enough there. The fact that he takes down the furthest forward prong there of Electronic in the window room, like it was an audacious play to push in. He needed to get that kill, but the trade was efficient. It was so quick right there. Now, I think Simple's frustrated that he's gone down through the gap in that smoke. Electronic has had to deal with that time and time again, so maybe the communication hasn't been passed along the lines, or maybe Simple hasn't been paying too much attention to what's being called, because we have seen this constantly. G2 have done a great job of disrupting that smoke wall. This was the trade, and then this was the kill. The fact that Bit doesn't force the issue. A lot of players would have forced the issue, would have tried to fight Squeaky, would have gone, hey boys, like I'm smoked off, I have to make a play. He's allowed the game to come to him, take his time and know that G2 needs to rotate. But plenty of money in the bank. The buy back out as this molly is just ruining any presence NaVi wants to make, and Electronic won't get away with the tricks this time round. NiKo strikes once more.
He's got his own bag of tricks, Chad. Whether he's gone through Secret and actually sitting behind the one-way or throwing it from main, and that's the end of him. I think he may have got info on a jump, but regardless, Boomich has just banged him through the smoke.
Just as we're celebrating NiKo there, Boomich, he heard us. He's had enough of that conversation.
Simple's lining up a spicy Molotov cocktail.
Well, Jax has been tested a few times here, and he's stepped up multiple occasions right now, so let's see if he can do it again.
Yeah, he's not being deterred from any aggressive glances as well. You know the groundskeeper of lobby, though, is there. That's Bit.
They've knocked on the door of topside a couple of times here, so maybe it will be a fake and then a pivot back towards ramp. But if they do, right now, we have Amanek posted up with that AWP. Getting past him on a line like this, he'll get one and drop. Oh, and it looks like they don't actually want to head there at all. So Perfecto showing some presence. Now they're turning their attention back towards top. The double CT vent setup.
Yeah, I mean, this is fight or flight for Jax. They're going to get mollied. They both have to evacuate. The smoke should enable them to retreat, and tagged up on the vent dive. They will get the bomb down. This low site's been a problem for G2, Chad, and only Amanek's going to be there to report any sort of crosses.
This AWP is perfect for the job. He needs to hit the shot.
Does hit the shot. Bit scoops up the bomb and can still challenge. Amanek can't really contest this, but he might take some space, and he is taking some liberties. Tech 9, that's a chance. Simple can swing open the door, but Bit's doing it on his own. And again, G2 detached from the pack. This low site is the punish. It's too much. Nexa and Jax, what are you to do? Perfecto's just dancing with him, rotting the clock with every passing second. He just jiggles around, confirms they're still not going for it. And NaVi, booking themselves a 7th here. This is a really well-structured and well-varied T-side. Simple loudly stampeding.
Yeah, they know he's coming.
Oh, god damn.
Doesn't matter if they know he's coming. He's going to find some impact there. A double kill for Simple in this round, and he's hunting here. Wants to take away these rifles. Whittling down this CT-sided economy can be everything. Because the fact that G2 posted 5 of their own rounds in a row, it meant that their loss bonus went all the way back down to 0. So now they're only just starting to work on rebuilding that. You can see there's a bunch of residual cash there. I think it was 13K on one of the players. So yeah, that tells you just how clean those rounds were that they were picking up. But again, this same problem towards Yard. So it's a different start. Electronic doesn't get past. This trade from Boomich, it feels like it's everything now that we have hindsight being 2020 in a round like this. Bit gets across, and he stays calm. I want to give credit to Perfecto as well around Squeaky, staying calm. It's all just about playing that clock once the bomb goes down.
They're definitely not flustered. An alternate smoke wall, perhaps. It's actually just going to be NiKo, this time with no gap. And what's his reaction to that? So many smokes in Yard. Will he take a pot shot?
Oh, are they going warehouse? Because if they do, it would actually be the perfect play. If they go secret, Amanek is down here with the AWP, and for a one and done, this is the perfect weapon for the job. He can take a shot and he can fall back to a more passive line. He needs to hit this.
Electronics jiggles are just next level though, and he doesn't hit the shot. Amanek's gonna be in a lot of trouble somehow. He's actually been bailed out. Nexa saves G2 there. That was so close to falling apart. Not done yet. Boomich taking space, Perfecto presence ramp. NiKo's there, the bomb's Yard and starting to walk heaven side. Boomich making space for his start. Has anyone considered this from G2? They might catch lobby. Perfecto does go down, but that's not bit, and they know there's more. This time NiKo delivers, but from behind they will strike. Will he get them both? Oh god, Boomich is not done. He refuses to quit. Making this 2v5 into something pretty damn competitive here. If the bomb goes down as well,
the molly!
Oh, he tagged him, dunked as well onto Boomich, but he finishes it with the flames. Simple, looking to go once again into a 1v3. He's already had a fair share of them, broke a record with an ace, and now the bomb's ticking in his favor. Tickle on the bomb.
Sitting it.
He's going to get the info. They are holding it. He doesn't get the deny, and it will be G2 wrapping that one up and finishing him off for good measure as well.
That's some real trust there in a pressure moment like that against Simple for just to get to sit the defuse. I'll hit the shot. That's what you said. I will kill him. You just defuse that bomb. The fact that they've just sat there and they pulled that one off, they've grabbed one from out under him here. No fake, nothing like that, none of this nonsense. And Nexa, yeah, you have to credit him with this round. That rotation down, we saw Amanek thrust forward. He goes down in that situation. Nexa probably still mops up the mess, but they don't have him alive in this 2v1 situation. So great round there from Nexa again. Plant facilitates another buy, but NaVi's cash is still in a really rough spot here going forward. Would love another plant to guarantee a buy in the next round of play, which will be the final. Bit more pizzazz out of Electronic this time, doing a bit of the electric slide, gets himself into warehouse, and wow, his teammates, they can come on with him. Look at this. Everybody just skirting behind those smokes, down towards Secret and Bit. Well, he's even more passive in lobby this time round. We've seen a lot of hijinks, a lot of aggressive maneuvers from G2 just to deal with him, just to flush him out.
NiKo's got a lot of responsibility on his shoulders here. Drop the smoke. Knock him out. Oh, stray bullets. Simple. Crosshair placement, especially in smokes. He's one of a kind. But he's bought time. That's a chance. Oh, God
Jesus.
Damn, Jax. He pulls the trigger first, but Electronic's just too good. Get him out of Yard. Nexa does. Util will force NiKo off the line. He's trying to deliver. Swings open the doors to bait them in. It's Perfecto that delivers, though. Problems now. Nexa trying to confirm the presence lower.
It's a two-man flank from Secret here. If they're quick, they might catch them off guard.
Potentially. They're coming out decon. They know Perfecto was window side.
Hard to account for this. Really hard.
Boomich versus Hunter in a massive head-to-head. They do find it. 3 versus 3. They are battered and bruised, though. Weary. NaVi so low. That door game will not be played any longer. Bit, however, this is quite the flank. There's no way G2 are ready for this. Amanek has a glance. They can't react. Hunter is very quick on the draw. And now onto it. Going for the defuse. Perfecto has to address it. He's not got the angle. The nade, is it late? Oh, God, it's not quite on the mark. I thought he was low enough. Not a bad attempt.
G2, they're getting the objective down. They're getting that bomb defused. That's 2 rounds in a row. They find themselves on these knife-edge clutch moments.
It's so ridiculously close, just by the skin of their teeth.
That's real quick from Electronic. This one was great from Perfecto, but just the damage that he and Simple took while entering this site was a real problem. And Nexa, again, he's really doing a great job finding these multi-kills and impact rounds.
I thought Bit's flank was good for 2 as well, so credit to Hunter. He does react to the comms instantaneously, the sound cue as well. Had Bit gone for a slightly wider swing before clicking onto Amanek, you never know, but wow, 7-7. We've seen the way these halves have been going. This is our 3rd map, and so far, every half has finished on our maps 8-7. NaVi, however, have had the 8 in their pocket every single time.
Ooh, okay, well, this makes this timeout even more important here. Blade using their 2nd timeout of map number 3 to have a bit of a discussion. You can see the buy, it's coming on through. It's looking pretty good right now for NaVi as there's 5 seconds left in this freeze time. Now they've been getting the space that they want, it's just dealing with that room. That has been a bit of a problem here. That transitional G2 CT side, well, it's been a nuisance. Same molly deployed towards Yard here. And I think they might just throw the smoke wall late, right? If you're gonna keep throwing that molly, we'll just lob the smokes late here. So NaVi should get away with no gaps. We can see them flying through the air, about to land. Amanek with a defensive flash. Has given NiKo some space to tuck into warehouse.
Oh,
that should have been heard, I think.
Electronic's not operated on, or acted on it rather. It is just Electronic, but they've got him down again. And Amanek with an aggressive maneuver. These haven't worked out for him too well previously. But he's done his due diligence and should be posted up here on Trophy. That's the shot. Simple down. Swing comes in. Trade available. Nexa's there. Does clear. Nice find. That's the bomb. If he gets the incendiary down, Perfecto has to respect it. And still catching Jax's aggression, albeit 1-for-1. Trying to nutmeg as it fades. Electronic does fall. Hunter with a big contribution. If he could just find Perfecto, they'll take 8, and that's it. G2 take the lead of the half for the first time in the grand final. We're in our 3rd of the best of 5 grand final. A return for the head-to-head of G2 NaVi. And will we see a change in the result? It was 3-0 last time they locked horns on LAN. 500 days later, they're here again. G2 looking to post 8 on their defense. And at least keeps them competitive, considering how much NaVi just ran away with that first half. I would love to see a G2 pistol. They have struggled to convert. I think they've got 1 in the bank right now.
Far. Yeah, and right now, they were talking about good starts. Well, they didn't have it in the first half. In the second half, that's really going to elevate them here. So all eyes on G2 for this one. Or that conversation might just start to NaVi with another 3-0.
Armored 5-7 for Boomich. If you come out that hut, you may meet that snapping turtle.
Thank God it's not the Julies. There's 1x better odds. Well, almost where we started here, still just heavily favoring NaVi right now. And the rookie, look how close he's got his head to the screen. They're boosting up an elevated angle. He's ready for that. And on a couple of jiggles, there's some taps. They're going to continue to push him down. And he thinks better of hanging around.
Okay, and that's the entire squad. Hunter's just doing some housekeeping lobby. Up the ladder, Perfecto, can't believe his luck. It's the first, playing whack-a-mole at this point, and actually dunking a nade down. I think that's against the arcade rules, Perfecto, didn't quite hit it. Simple's behind him already.
Ow.
I can't believe it. He's pushed into the lobby and he's taken down Hunter. NiKo needs revenge, and he does strike. If Nexa could just find Boomich, it's cost him a great deal, and NiKo has to come up clutch. The first provided. 2 to his name already. And it's bit and electronic, but with the P250, he's got a slight advantage in the long-range duels. Whether he'll find them remains to be seen. He's actually just chosen to cut noise. Now, the bomb is loose, so NaVi not going to get too concerned about his location. As he crosses in, it's electronics jiggles, and
Oh!
what a shot out of NiKo! He pulls the pistol out of absolutely nowhere! Nikola Kovac is here, and G2 have won the crucial pistol in our third.
That right there is what G2 needed. We said it had to be, and it's through the superstar himself. You want to lift trophies over there at G2 where you get a player like this in the server. Big stuff. Perfecto gets 3, while NiKo gets 4. G2 are here to play, and map 3 is on. That is crispy. Crispy, crispy stuff right there. NaVi, they're the ones under the pump now.
I got goosebumps after that one. Thanks very much, NiKo. All right, let's go. Force buy from NaVi.
Simple has been kept relatively quiet. Actually, all the individuals on NaVi have been kept relatively quiet. Nobody's needed to pop off. They ground out those 7 rounds as a team. And look at this, the scout just going forward. Simple, straight into the crosshair there of Hunter.
He did not like that pistol. You can see he's got a little bit of a frustration in his step. Aggressing. Breaking a couple of the rules that NaVi were adhering to so firmly in our first half. It's a powerful angle Electronic has adopted here, whether it's a fade or if they're walking through warehouse. If they do slink secret, much less to report for Electronic, and it's about sound cues at that point. Ear press now to the wall. Not a peep out of G2.
Image is coming up secret, but it's the CZ. Oh, not even a chance to fire. Could have been a perfect weapon for the job right there.
Oh, Hunter looked away. He gets the free retrieve. At least he could, not the punish, but now the site should be theirs. They've got mollies and smokes for days, Chad. Is it even worth me still talking into this microphone?
I think now that this utility you're talking about is getting lobbed on now, Bit should be taken out of the equation. Okay. Maybe now Bit can find something. That would put us in a 3-on-3, but it needs to be quick. The bomb still hasn't gone down. A warning shot from Ramp. And actually, yeah, it will be the save. They're able to salvage that scout. That means Simple can get that one back. The MAC-10 is good as well. Now, the reason it's good is because they all upgraded their pistols. So Perfecto, he can either drop his pistol, or he can give the MAC-10 over to either Boomich, well, it will be to Boomich, and then Simple will get back the Scout. So they basically get a double dip of this force buy. But G2, they get 10. 10. This is the time for G2 to get this series alive, to turn it on. They are looking good right now, and Nuke was the map where I thought out of all of them in the pool, NaVi had the biggest of edges.
Yeah, I think my expectations, if we were to see a G2 resistance in this final, was hinging on a Dust 2 or a Mirage.
Yeah.
One of them had to be in their back pocket coming into this map. But they could very well do it the hard way here on Nuke, the reverse sweep. They are very uncommon. Make sure I get Peta to dig into the probability of reverse sweeps and best of 5s, but I'll tell you now, for free, highly unlikely. And this is just the first map of that process for G2, and by no means a guarantee. Should be 11, should being the operative word.
This is still a very dangerous looking buy, right? Because the Scout was carried across again. The MAC-10 is in play as well, and there's actually been some smokes and HEs equipped. There's 3 of them. One for Electronic, one for Boomich, one for Simple. Now, they're not necessarily grouped up here, so I'm curious to see where they wanted to use these. The smoke walls land again towards Yard. That negates Simple, but it doesn't matter. He's over towards Ramp. So to deal with this is Electronic behind. And as he pivots on back, they will have to rotate lower. Simple and Perfecto currently reside towards that B bomb site.
Lots of talking.
These
Simple.
smokes really mean a lot now.
Dispatch to establish the crossfire. It's just a jump for info from Perfecto. He plans to try and throw the smoke upon the first glance. Simple the same, and actually going for jump shots. Smoke denies them.
That calls 2 because the trajectory of that smoke. So they're aware that 2 players are towards lower. Look at G2 getting a move on now, quickly going back towards top.
And lots of util being dispatched just to confirm Yard is theirs. Amanek will apply pressure from hell. Jax is our lobby groundskeeper, and you've lost NiKo. A clean headshot out of nowhere. Amanek perhaps still the unknown entity. Jax has got to be really careful here. Really careful. He's faffing around with his nades. He's looking the wrong way. NaVi starting to make this hurt. Leaping around the corner. Nex is only good for 1. Now the bomb is loose. They need Boomich, and they need him now.
He's gonna burn.
He has to. They will finish the job. Amanek secures that. The bomb, however, is under CT rule. 30 seconds. Simple already taking down the king of G2. It's Hunter that will step up. The plucky prince with it all to do. They got their responsibility.
Oh, he sprung!
Perfecto up from the vents, and they'll take it right back. That is another heartbreak thrust G2's way.
Peekaboo, how were you? The fact that Perfecto was in the vent the entire time, I'm sitting there thinking, he's not in the picture. What's he doing? He needs to help the team, but he's waited until they're no longer in his range. Jump up through the vent, the MAC-10 in the back of the head, easy as you like, and here's that opener. Look at the scout shot. Those saved guns worth their absolute weight in gold. Both the scout and the MAC-10 profiting here, and NaVi, they're not going down without a fight here on map number 3.
That's vicious. That's absolutely vicious, and they can make it hurt so much more now because G2 have just pushed all the chips into the center of the table with a quivering lip. Yikes. A lot to be done here. Amanek on the AK instead of NiKo, and so he's going to have to justify that with some performance here. Some late outside smokes. NiKo already crossed to red. And Electronic to receive them. We're familiar with this dynamic now. We've witnessed it from one side, we'll see it from the other. Keeping the squeaky door smoked, it's Simple who's going to be keeping his AWP down lower. So if they do commit to low sight, it's going to be Simple versus NiKo.
Oh, they're playing towards main here. Electronic's going to have company.
This is a really big duel. If they can take him out without any bloodshed, without a single casualty, NiKo is their casualty. Amanek's looking the wrong way. And Electronic does get swung on. Jax has bailed them out of trouble there.
Heaven's the priority here. Look how quick they're moving towards it right now. Jax, Amanek, Nexa with the bomb. They're starting to mount their way up. Bit has to receive this.
He's a smart cookie, though. 18 years of age. And he's been having reads for days. I have one of the older rosters in attendance here, and he's got the timing again.
Oh my God, this could be perfect.
Timing bit. Oh, he sees him. He can ruin it all, and he will. The spray is fantastic. Up the ladder they surge. Jax perhaps with more. So low. Could they really make this happen with that low health? 22, make it just 7 health between them, and that's the finish. Boomich with the flourish. NaVi remind G2 who they're up against.
Oh, the timing a bit right there. There's so many problems in that position he held, right? He has to worry about them above, and just whatever the intuition was to thrust him forward. 2 huge kills, and that has stalled G2 out.
Oh, man. You can just count on Bit.
This has to force a timeout. G2 have to call one, and they will. We're just going to catch the tail end of these highlights here, but there's a lot to be discussed now by G2, right? You talked about the buy. You talked about how it was looking desperate at that moment. Well, now we have to ask some questions. They need to take a save. They need to kind of calm this down. The money situation, this is the bin juice. This is when it's in disarray, and this is only really their first timeout. So Malik really has a chance now to change the conversation going into the tail end of this one.
I want to rehash as well that second round. Well, I should say the third, right? When the CTs pushed lobby with their save Deegs. When he spoke to Malik and Frankie was talking to him just ahead of the match, he talked about catching momentum, and it felt like momentum was fully caught. Yeah. Fully caught. As they not only had that crazy pistol clutch, they walked through the second, but NaVi again, they have these roadblocks, these rounds they keep managing to manufacture and pull out of the hat that just takes it straight away from G2 before they can start sailing towards a competitive, or rather a large advantage. This is what, Tech 9, P250, it's just peanuts and pocket lint.
This is what should be NaVi's 10th to tie things up. I don't see a way into this. There's not like there's a Deagle to go for like an absolute cracker of a shot. It's going to take a NaVi player to get caught off guard and swarmed. And this is just wild scenes from NaVi here. They're the ones who are going to get that momentum you were just talking about, just because the way they won those rounds. And here he is again, the menace Bit, just lighting them up. 4 huge frags. Sure, it's against the eco, but imagine what that does for his confidence here, just shutting them down, locking them out, and putting that 10th on the board. NaVi tie things up, and now we can really start getting into the conversation. How many more legs are left in this G2's T side? Oof, you got to go up against Simple here, and look, he has only 12 kills, but I think a lot of people out there, if we do say he's the best player in the world, I think he's the best CT-sided Nuke player. I think that right there, a lot of people would be happy to agree with me with. So if he can come alive, start finding that impact, it's all over Red Rover. And imagine the 3-0 again. 1.5 years apart, the same result. Sure, it's looked closer, but it's going to feel the same for G2, I'm sure.
Yeah, catching nades as well. Hunter and Amanek cut down to size. Nice find. Jax still very persistent on his swing. Need a trade. It's provided. Simple with an uncharacteristic miss, and it results in his death. Now, perhaps, if he could just find Electronic, Amanek has delivered everything G2 could have desired, and that puts them straight back in the fight. Ali, indeed. It's Amanek, though. Give the man a fist bump. It was all him. Gets a pat on the back instead. That's why you put the AK in his hands. He's not hampered. He's in for the trade. Let's see this again. So he saves his teammate there for the double. It was Simple that nearly got his body back under the site and taken down Electronic, who has been winning those duels time after time.
Great stuff. That's only the 9th kill for Amanek there. That is a huge combo for him to pull off there. A multi-kill that will be remembered in the echoes of this game. They bounce back immediately. They keep that money situation of NaVi under control. It's not swelling anymore. An MP9 for Boomich, where he does some of his absolute best work, but I'm sure even he would like to get an M4 in his hands. Pot shots through the smoke, and here's a gap. Simple's going to profit a freebie. Look at that. NiKo pants around the ankles for days. Oh dear, that's not the way you want to respond.
Well, yeah, we just talked about momentum. It's just been sucked out of the room as the gap is exploited. Was it manufactured or was it just error? An unforced error on your gaps, we'll have to review, but regardless. It's a bit too deep. Oh, but it does give the grey screen, and now Electronic can't believe his luck. Not only the frag, but a tag onto Jax. Got any more of those 3Ks, Amanek? You got any more than your wheelhouse?
Definitely needs one here, and I want to ask the question, how is Jax going to make his way back across from Secret if Simple stays there with the AWP? The best bet right now would actually be a vent pivot down Squeaky. And that might be gifted. Oh, I thought it was. Hold up, MP9 in the vent. That changes the conversation indeed.
Oh, you wouldn't. Boomich just peppers them from that ladder, despite the inaccuracy. And he might want to go further. Cancels that, enables the isolation of Perfecto. Simple from the heavens, appropriately for a god. And oh, not this time. Whistles past, Jax will tuck in. I think he's aware. Still 2v4. Oh. Chances dwindle. Simple's happening. His frag's inevitable. And in the third map, NaVi given the 11th to equalize again and immediately thrust G2 back into disarray.
Oh, Jax needs to make sure he does not go down after time here, and Boomich might just want to force the issue. He does. They confirm where he is, and Electronic's getting closer. Jax, you need to hold on to this. You cannot go down after time, and he will be permitted to hold on to this AK. Almost feels like the good graces of NaVi not trying to hunt him down there. 11-11. We cannot get closer than this. Back and forth we go. Oh, dear.
That death from NiKo is going to leave a mark. He's not going to be happy with that one at all. And talking of opening deaths and opening kills, by the way, Jax's first opening kill. You saw that kill onto Hut in the previous that gave G2 their leg up into the top side. That was his first opening kill since Dust 2. He is 1-11 in opening duels. I mean, I talked about it. You saw how Mirage, he just kept falling flat. Look at him go! Straight again. He's the first to fall. Jax has to be the spearhead of the assault, but this time he's just fallen flat again. So it will be 12.
That stat's crazy, and look, it sucks that it's just fallen apart from there. If he backed it up with another, that would have been huge. Like, well, that was his first opening in 50 rounds.
Yeah, 50.
That's crazy. That just shows how much Counter-Strike has been played between here and there. Okay, well, they do salvage the AK. Let's work out who's going to grasp that one. Looks like Nexa, who has 18 kills and was very handy with some essential multis on their CT side. But this should be NaVi grabbing back that lead, getting their 12th. There's a non-issue again, right? It just feels like G2, if you can't get that bomb down, and if you look at the last string of rounds here, the C4 hasn't been a huge factor. So that means there's no extra money in the bank balance, harder to get these buys going. Loss bonus still being established here. It's only 2,400 in the next.
So they're waiting for a pushy Electronic. He's definitely done his full clear of yard. He's not going to push the issue any further.
I actually really want to focus in on the amount of damage G2 can do here. There's 30 seconds left. If they can get a couple of kills and keep this NaVi economy humble, down the stretch of this map, they can break them. Yeah. This could be the last 20 seconds of importance here.
Ah, lovely sound cue, just to sour the mood further.
They have to go top. I don't know why Hunter's on the roof. There's no time.
Good flash. What a flash. That's why. And now running straight into the spray. They take one weapon away. Insufficient, perhaps. An AK for Electronic. He'll greet the upgrade with a smile. Second timeout called from G2.
Feels better than none, but they would have loved a couple there. Very, very late stuff from G2. And if you're new to Counter-Strike or you haven't been tuning in over the online era, that's one of the things that you really see come to the forefront of play is just on those extremely low buys, making sure the CTs have to use all of their utility, making sure that reinvestment has to happen. And this timeout from Malik here has allowed Blade to chip on in. Both coaches very vocal. The support now, you can see it. One team, they're on the cusp here of lifting the trophy. The other, they're on the cusp of just starting the journey here in this final.
Mad, isn't it? NaVi just completely reaffirming all the suspicions as we saw the head-to-heads with Gambit start to take shape again and again. Another team vying for the best from your region, never mind the world, definitely igniting a fire within their bellies and bringing in the consistent pillar of Bit has given them just that extra step, that extra level that's, I mean, it's daunting for anyone that steps in the server against them.
They're a gap again. They definitely mollied this. Can't see it just yet.
Neither is Simple, so NiKo will have safe passage this time. He'll get to play Counter-Strike in round 24. Amanek though, oh, just shy of the mark. Okay, well they know where Simple is. Another smoke just because they're scared. Looks good on the Amanek frag. Electronic, the equalizer. Hunter's really struggling to work with this angle. He disappears off into the smoke. Stray bullets could catch him. He's got to be careful. Perfecto confirms nothing. Main. Could be false info. Now, looking like more bodies are dropping. Electronic has finished off the job onto Hunter. Hope starting to... I won't say die. Hope does die last, but bodies definitely starting to rack up for 13 here.
Chances are dwindling at least. Like this one here was one of the last few gun round chances they'll get. NiKo kicking and screaming, takes a big chunk of damage there, and I don't think Boomage is going to let him have anything more. A little bit too late to hold this line. Unless Boomage.
Unless. Yeah, he's not looking that way. Another frustrating death for NiKo on the cards here. He wouldn't go for the knife, he wouldn't.
I don't think so. Boomage not willing to take any of those risks right now. 13 to 11.
I mean, dude, you're 3 rounds away from lifting the trophy. I remember that dead silent Katowice Spodek as NaVi did lift it to the fanfare of whoever was allowed in the room.
It just seemed too easy for me, Electronic, didn't it? Just able to mow them on down. The smoke wall looked good. They even got a second lease of life when Simple missed that AWP shot. But this is it. It's the pistols again. This is NaVi for 14.
Man.
And G2, they've had to do this the hard way. They're going to have to do it again. They need something. An individual needs to step up with a miracle entry. They don't have the weaponry. They don't have the utility. And they definitely don't have that momentum. Doors open, spam through. Boomage under pressure here.
Such good flashes. It's enabled at least the first. Perfecto vision practically restored, but he's...
Jax.
Lights out. Jax with a frag. 2 to be specific. And Bit could contest this plant with his util. He's chosen not to. One from the vent side. That's more from Jax. Someone had to be a hero. It's Jax affixing the red cape to his back as now he puts NaVi on theirs.
This one here is done. NaVi aren't going to risk this. They're not going to give everything up. I spoke about how fragile that economy is. Well, it is for Electronic. He doesn't have any cash whatsoever. Simple has 7.2. He might go for a couple of exits. But there's still rounds of Counter-Strike to be played here, so they can't get ahead of themselves. They're going to concede this 12th, but we wanted something from Jax. We were just talking about his entry stats. He's able to pick up another here in this map on the T side, and that's when they need him the most. That Deagle gets him up to 17 kills. He's up with the big boys now. NiKo with 20, Nexa with 19. Jax, he joins the party here with 17, and that's an impact round and a half right there.
Certainly not a 50-round gap between his openings here.
Still good spirits being kept by Malik here, right? You know, he's definitely the emotional coach, but he's also the strategic one as well. And, well, another timeout taken, this time by NaVi.
I think that round just serves as a reminder to NaVi that, you know, you are within touching distance of that, but you can be many times, many teams. In fact, G2 well aware of how close you can be to a trophy without lifting it. 2019, Chad, since we last saw G2 lift a trophy. They've got Nikola Kovac and his cousin in this roster. You've removed Kenny, yes, you're flourishing, you're thriving. Third, fourth, that curse, yes, broken. You're in the grand finals, but you need a whole lot more. This was great from Jax. He does find Perfecto before things get too out of control.
This is the big one.
This is the big one.
Yeah, the opening and that one onto Bit, they're the round winners right there. Huge stuff from Jax. Impact being felt. Credit where credit is due, and here we go. The timeout's finished, freeze time as well, and back underway we go.
Oh dear.
The money situation is only great for Simple going forward. So NaVi right now, they're going to have a hard time. CT economy broken late in a half is the worst place to be. G2 are poised right now to do exactly that.
But G2 have had a tendency, but in these make or break moments, having to limp with a 4v5 disadvantage early. And it often just takes a lot of the punch out of their swing.
They've actually taken the early yard aggression out of it as well here, because now that we've seen them retool back towards spawn, they're setting up this smoke wall late, but that's also allowed Simple to establish his presence in secret. They'll have to molly him here before they pick the corner, and he's not going to push, is he?
He's looking for the jump on the nade. Doesn't catch it, but some nerdy angles being adopted here by Sasha the Smasher.
Well, if he keeps control of this, oh, it's a gap in the smokes again here. Great point out there from the obs team. So they don't really have to worry about that yard position, but Simple's not taking any risks. They're getting ready for a top pop here. It's going to be on Perfecto. He's up above the hut. Boomich is greeting him in that top side. The closest rotation will be Bit from ramp or Simple up the vent. So they can isolate a 2-on-5 on the top side here. If this utility is perfect, this could be huge for G2.
They just can't get run down by Perfecto's M4. He's actually chosen to drop into the site. And that is where the molly is destined to go. The flashes will surely nullify some of his vision. Here we go, 25, time becoming a bit of a factor here. It's Boomich and Perfecto, and it's Jax
down the
surging
vent.
Down the vent, that's where Simple lives. He'll hear this, and now he knows he can deny the whole dream of G2. Close quarters, they have to find him. He's hitting every shot, the bomb going down. Jax won't get his weapon out in time, trying to spank the bottom, closing the gap, needs a no-scope. Jax has saved him again. And a sigh of relief in the G2 headquarters, as it may very well be playing on. Perfecto walks in, and more damage from Jax. The Frenchman has delivered exactly what he had to, when he had to. NiKo looks to secure it. 13 is found, and the CT money, as you discussed, in tatters.
They're broken right now. They are absolutely broken, and the question is, well, how charitable is Simple feeling? Does he drop for his team? Does he buy himself a hero AWP and try and win it on his lonesome here, or do they gift this one over to G2 and allow them to get that 14th? This is the last timeout being called, but Jax in back-to-back rounds with huge 3Ks. Absolutely monumental stuff for him. The oldest boy in the server, 29 years of age, popping off in a big way right here, right now, and that frustration is being felt from NaVi. 30 seconds to talk this one over. Last timeout called here and potentially last-ditched attempt. You can see everybody else's money right now is trashed. It is just Simple. Now, you do the maths at home. You add 2,400 onto everybody's bank balance right now.
What's he supposed to do? Just go hero AWP around USPs?
This is it, right? And if you're the USPs, you have one job. Give Simple info and stay alive.
Stay alive.
Allow Simple to continue to transition around the map and find you kills, find you rifles, drop them on the ground.
And I've seen NaVi do that incredibly well. Like, in terms of like their movement, their understanding of the game, they can like get info safely from a lot of nerdy spots. So it's down to G2 and how they'll handle that.
All they have to do, and it sounds simple, is to negate NiKo, but Amanek, negate Simple. But right now, Amanek's got out the Mac 10.
Oh, he's been boosted up for this. He's looking for an opener. He sees NiKo's head. He doesn't hit the shot. Tut of his tongue confirms no swing. But that's the opening chance. They know the AWP is in play.
You need to keep moving around here and then straight back up towards heaven. One of the maneuvers he could go for is dropping into the site and now creeping hard. And as I say, that's exactly what he's going to go for here. G2 are actually sucking back out of lobby, and I don't think that's because of the AWP pushing hard. It's because they want to smoke him off yard. But little do they know he's pushing, and he's going to find so much info here. How far is he going to push the issue?
You wouldn't want to go further than that. A lot of util dropped. Who is responsible for lobby right now? Hunter? No, he's on roof. It's Nexa that's actually tucked in Squeak. Simple holds his nerve and holds his line. Top site util. Simple readies himself for action. Nothing to coming. G2 just hit pause.
It's a fake. It's a double pump here.
Jax could be walking in. He's not going to be expecting this.
They've crept past. They're going towards ramp. They've avoided the AWP.
So far, so good. So far, so good. Nexa might full commit to this. That might keep Simple busy. Or at least confirm his location. They're going to advance. Amanek does catch Bit with that Amanek 10. Down the vents for Simple, I think. Bomb on its way. He's got 20 seconds. They need to be able to get that down uncontested, but Boomich is still here. NaVi can still make this really difficult. Good find. The scout that is Amanek continues to find the info, looking for the deny. Hunter's Planet safe from the door. And spotting him out now. Simple, just shy of the mark. Perfecto walking in, could be exploited, and he's gone and found a first.
Bomb's not planted, bomb's not planted, there's no time, there's no time!
What just happened?
They just robbed them, they stole the round. Perfecto, he's done it!
Simple's gone and done it as well. I can't believe it, I thought G2 had done everything.
Why didn't the bomb go down from Hunter? What happened?
I just assumed we were talking about exits. And NaVi have resulted in a 14th. with only USPs, and it's G2 by their own hand. I need to see it again. Piece that one together. I can't quite believe it.
I think Hunter cancelled when Perfecto got the kill door side.
And there was no time.
And there was nowhere to plant. He was between a rock and a hard place. It was simple in decon. It was Perfecto over the double doors.
He opened the door, the sound cue cancelled?
Hunter had to commit the plant.
Oh.
He had to commit the plant.
Okay. Oh, well, the salt definitely present. And they're looking to force off the same fight. We know Electronic's good for it, but slipping through the smoke. Topside's vulnerable if they don't hit that shot. He's going to try and take space. It's ballsy. Boomich has had the bomb delivered, and NaVi filling the feed with frags. G2 dissolving before our very eyes. Jack's the hero. Partners up with NiKo, and not for much longer. Bit brings the aggression into the mix. And just like that, you blink and you miss it. 2 rounds have passed. NiKo just blacks out for a second, and ooh, damn, shuts the lights out quick of Electronic. But NaVi have had all the time in the world to push deep behind enemy lines, looking to avenge. Oh, still processing.
The heartbreak.
Yeah, man.
They were straight in with something quick. The heartbreak is still being felt from that round. It was theirs. It was theirs. And the loss bonus next round, 2,400. The money's just not there for G2. NiKo, does he save? Do they fight against 15, or does he go for it? And with 30 seconds left, he's standing like a statue over towards Warehouse. What a horrible position to find themselves in. They did everything. They avoided the AWP.
How bad is the buy, Chad? 24?
It's going to be. They're lucky they're on the T side here, but it's going to be rough, right? Jackson, Amanek can at least get some rifles in their hands. NiKo, because he's not going to get any loss bonus here, he's probably going to want to buy util. He's not really going to have a lot to drop.
They couldn't have been closer. 40
was there
in touching distance. One extra digit of a bomb plant away.
It just felt like it was going down. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
G2 Esports and Nuke bomb plants, huh?
This is it. There's 2 timeouts left for G2. Like you have to take them. You have to take them now. I can't believe it.
This is it. So 7, 6, 5. We're not going to see Hunter on the bomb. He does cancel there, and it goes down after time as well, like that.
Oh, he killed Electronic. So Hunter was the one planting. He had to kill Electronic. So I didn't even catch Electronic as part of that retake.
It happened in the blink of an eye.
They didn't even call a timeout, Alex. This is it. This is it. Look at the buy. This is it.
Okay, so we could be 5 frags away from NaVi picking up the back-to-back LAN wins. Down the vents after him. Electronic's too smart. Next are forced to watch now as all of his hopes and dreams of a resistance in a best of 5, posting something better than Katowice last time. Electronic worming around the smoke. It's just Galil's. The boost could enable at least a little chance.
Oh, the double nades, the double nades.
It's absolutely brutal. Look at their health.
They're gone.
It's over. It's all over. There's nothing left of them. Their hopes and dreams departed a few rounds ago, but their bodies are leaving the server now. Last few voices in this conversation are Jackson, Amanek, but NaVi, another one, just by a gnat's wing in regulation. They can do it right here and now. NaVi looking to become the champions of the first LAN back. Boomich gets the info as well. He's not hanging around. He's not interested in any of that. Up the top vent, Perfecto's waiting. And there you have it. A 1v5 demanded of Amanek. The impossible. It's not happening. NaVi, that's brilliant stuff. Walking on into the first LAN back.